24th of November 2024, mark the date. Ipswich versus Manchester United is likely to be the first game for Ruben Amorim as Manchester United boss, as I'm here to give you the deal details because it is getting done and dusted, and it's just a matter of time. The confirmation is going to be made that this Portuguese 39-year-old is the next manager or boss of Manchester United. Welcome to the United of Sport. My name is Webb. I've been digging and researching, trying to get into what exactly is going on between the two parties. And guess what? I have good news for you. I've got news for you. Good news, guys. There is an update. Now, listen, the details of this Ruben Amorim deal are interesting. First of all, already agreed Manchester United is going to pay the 10 million euros that is in his contract to buy him out of his contract at Sporting Lisbon. Now, that's a given. That has been agreed. It has also been agreed that Ruben Amorim is going to turn up with four assistants or four members of his backroom staff from Sporting Lisbon. Again, that has been agreed as well already. Beautiful stuff happening that. Now, the question then has been is how long is the contract he's going to sign? Now, according to the reports we are getting, he's going to sign a 2.5 year contract with an option of a further 1 year, earning just about £6.5 million per year. That is according to the reports and from credible sources that I've got telling us that. Now, that first of all points to several things. I think it is first of all logical because if you're Manchester United, if you're Ineos, you don't want to give a young manager a long contract. This is sort of a trial. They are trying out something to see whether it will work. So they cannot really commit themselves for a long time. So it is clearly a try and error, and it's okay because in football it's all about trying out. And but you've got to have the confidence and the audacity to say, you know what, let's go for this guy. We believe in him, and let's try and see what he can do. Now, it has emerged that, you remember I told you that West Ham United had wanted Ruben Amorim before, and they even met him. That is before they signed Julian Lopetegui. He was one of the first guys they met to replace David Moyes, but they were undone by his lack of experience, and that is why they opted not to sign him and rather went for Julian Lopetegui just for his experience. It was not for his lack of skill. This was him when he was touching down in London to go have his discussion with West Ham United. And of course, after that, we do understand that he went back and had to apologize to Sporting Lisbon because of the timing of that decision. I think they were against him going to meet these guys, but I think he's too eager. He has always wanted to coach in England, but Sporting Lisbon too did not really want to lose him at the wrong time. So he apologized after the deal did not happen. But he went on and smooth, and actually went on to win the league title. But this guy, the thing is, the only thing he doesn't have is the experience coaching out of Portugal. But he's certainly a manager with a personality, with the credentials that can make him a success. Just the way we've seen Arne Slot fit in at Liverpool, it's possible that this guy can fit in at Manchester United. And considering that we saw in the last Man United game, of course with Ruben Amorim in interim capacity, that these players are not exactly the worst. They're not as bad as everyone wants us to believe. So that's exactly what's happening. Now, again, going back to this deal and the details of the deal, of course, Ruben Amorim came out and spoke after that interesting performance against Leicester City, and he said he would be open to the idea of staying in whichever capacity they tell him to stay in at Manchester United. What he says, he wants to be part of rebuilding Manchester United. For him, it's a thing of legacy. It's a legacy project for everyone, honestly. If you think about it, it is a legacy project. Everyone being a part of the Man United rebuild will want to be that legend, because imagine if you are among the players, you are the coach, the backroom staff, everyone in whichever role you have, who are going to inspire Man United to return into the top where they're supposed to be, winning a Premier League title, competing for the Champions League. Honestly, you'll be a legend in your own right. So certainly, this is a legacy project that for Ruben Amorim, it is always going to be an honor for him to stay if Ruben Amorim and Ineos feel there is work for him to do, which I believe should be. There should be a role for Ruben Amorim in whichever new setup Ineos come up with. The beauty is that Ineos are open to the idea of changing the structure, having so many people in. They are okay with it. They seem to be so intent on making it work, and whatever it takes at whichever cost. They have limited expenses on so many things just to save a penny, so that they focus on putting together the right team to help steer this ship in the right direction. So that's beautiful stuff there. When it comes to Ineos and how they're trying to handle things. So going back to the deal details, so Sporting Lisbon, like I told you, the three parties, that's Man United, Sporting Lisbon, and Ruben Amorim himself, have all agreed that Amorim is joining Man United. Now, the question has been, the disquiet has been with Sporting Lisbon, who are feeling they don't want to lose this guy in the middle of what looks like a positive European campaign. So they are saying, you know what, hold on a second, we know we're going to take this guy, but give us a minute. Take him after the international break. So what seems to be the plan now, according to what we get from within, is that Sporting Lisbon requested Ruben Amorim and Manchester United to allow him to handle their two next games in Europe, in the Champions League. That's against uh, there are two next coming big games: the Champions League against Sporting, that is on the 5th of November, and the game against Braga, that's on the 10th of November. Then he will join. Of course, then after that, you know that there is an international break from the 11th to the 19th of November. So after the international break, that's when Ruben Amorim will join Manchester United. And his first game will most likely be the game against Ipswich on the 24th of November, away in the English Premier League. So that's the request, and Man United have accepted that request. So Ruben Amorim will join Manchester United after the international break. What that means, he will not be available for Sporting versus Arsenal, because that will be on the 26th of November. But also, Ruud van Nistelrooy will have more games to handle. He will handle the Chelsea game, that's on the 3rd of November, which is an important game, of course, for Manchester United. Whereas we saw a semblance of what these boys can do in the Carabao Cup. You know, it's against Leicester City. It's a whole different ball game when you talk about Man United Chelsea in the English Premier League. More so this Chelsea that we're seeing now. So Ruud van Nistelrooy will have Man U Chelsea at Old Trafford. Beautiful stuff there. That game is going to be happening at OT, just like the Leicester game was at OT for him. It adds something. You had the chance and singing. So at Old Trafford, Man United Chelsea on the 3rd of November. Then on the 4 days later, on the 7th, Man United versus PAOK. That is still at Old Trafford. Then Man United plays Leicester City again on the 10th of November, still at Old Trafford. So the luck for Ruud van Nistelrooy is that all his games in charge as interim boss at Manchester United are going to happen at Old Trafford. And trust you me, there is every chance, he's got every chance to win all of them. Isn't that the gods of football saying, Ruud, we want you to be seen in a good light, in a positive light. See you in a good light, in a positive light, in a rude light. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. That's a bit of an update about the current situation going on with United, Ruben Amorim, and the whole new boss talk. Drop a comment. Let me know. For me, honestly, I'm happy about this. It's a good thing for me because I want to say a little bit more of Ruud van Nistelrooy. It's a bit, we can call it nostalgic. Of course, he hasn't been on the touchline, but seeing Ruud van Nistelrooy happy and his signature celebration when he folds his arms whenever he scored a goal, he would run to the crowd, and you love to see a United legend happy and bringing samples and the fans chanting. It's a certain different positivity that is certainly going to set a good scene for Ruben Amorim to pick up from. I mean, he's going to set the foundation for a beautiful, beautiful arrival for a man we all hope will see the success that has eluded Man United for quite some time. It's a gamble, but a worthy gamble in every sense of the word. Subscribe, like, share, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I'll catch you later, fam.